Hello, and welcome to another edition of me debriefing the transition. Um, Today, I would love to think through two things. The first of which came about as a result of the program directors meeting yesterday. We debriefed the transition a little bit amongst ourselves, Kevin, Jan, and myself, talking about what are the systems that we might need, what are the processes, what are the locations that would best aid in supporting this transition. And it was really good to have that conversation. But one thing that kept on coming back to me was thinking about you all and the work that you do every day, and that you will continue to do to support teachers and school leaders. And it made me think of a sort of core question of who is your cohort? Who is who are the people that make up that strong cohort of teachers, and what is the subject of your study? What is the subject of your learning and your ongoing work? The deep sort of discussion and coaching that you are doing, who is your cohort? And that made me really happy to sort of think through who my cohort was, whether that is you, whether that is the other teachers and leaders that I can work directly with, but thinking about who is it that you are leading, essentially, because you are all very much leaders, even though that might not be like the thing that is sort of number one with a bullet on a job description. It is absolutely true, and I see it every single time that I am in a classroom with one of you, whether I am in a meeting where you are choosing to lead with values and with equity. All of those components are so strong to me, and thinking through who is your cohort was really valuable. And that was the first half of the day. And then the second half of the day was actually devoted to me spending way too much time thinking about this statewide work that's going on with Colorado Empowered Learning. And if you're unfamiliar, last legislative session, there was a bill passed that sort of codified blended learning and an opportunity for school districts to sort of band together and to both create and share content and ideas and coaching and different resources for schools who are trying to do blended learning. And I'm really excited about that idea that Colorado is a state that's investing in that. But this was an open call for a meeting. They're doing about 14 of them around the state in rural areas and urban areas. And this was an opportunity for community members to come. And it was not super well attended, but there was one woman in attendance who was very passionate about not having technology in the classroom and about sort of questioning the value of technology. And it made me think so much about the importance of communication to parental stakeholders, to community members, about the work that we are engaged in, whether that's, one-to-one implementation or Google or online coursework or, math implementation. Like any of those different topics have got to have some outward-facing communication that is being shared in an active and I would say persuasive in some ways way, because for someone to come in and sort of question the whole endeavor of whether it's she was questioning blended learning, she was questioning technology in the classroom, she was questioning whether or not we should be learning with technology at all. And there will always be those people who do that question. And it sort of relates back to the first component of the day, which is who is in your cohort. Do we have those parents that are really pushing us hard on privacy? Do we have those community members who are not early adopters, or teachers who are and leaders who are not early adopters, but that are forcing us to really think deeply about what everyone might need? And that was a really nice is not the right word, a really important gut check for me. Is this something that I would be willing to defend throughout a not just a 2-hour long sort of slog through a series of definitions where people are questioning everything that we're doing, but that actually we would be up for even more than that, that we are okay to document and to research and to make sure that the work that we are doing is having the kind of impact that we believe that it will, and that we are so passionate about. So anyway, those are the two big things. What's your cohort? And do we have the right mechanisms of communication and the right people that are pushing our thinking? So that's some of my thinking for today. I hope you have an amazing day, and that you learn and do a whole bunch.